What a great way to kick off the work week. It is NBL Live, and we are so happy you guys are joining us here for the NBL Live pregame show, brought to you each and every week by our clothing sponsor, our streetwear sponsor. It is Came From Nothing Clothing. You can see the wide array of Came From Nothing clothing that you can get over on their website, cfnclothing.com. You can click on the NBL tab. You see hats, t-shirts, hoodies, a little bit of everything. Don't forget, we've got our Virginia Beach collection. NBL takes over Virginia Beach in July, and you too can get the clothing that'll make you feel like you're there with us, with tanks, t-shirts, and board shorts. All sorts of the summer clothing you're hoping for. Again, the website is cfnclothing.com. You can click on the NBL tab. You can also click on 365.maddenbomberleague.com/merchandise. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Big shout out to Colonel Sanders, a.k.a. Sclam, for the 1 year of subscribing. 2 phenomenal games we have on here for our last broadcast of NBL Live before the MCS finale. We've got on one side the Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. On the other side, the New York Jets taking on the Baltimore Ravens. I'm hanging out, as I am each and every week, with my man. It is Bomber. Bomber, you gotta savor this. It's like a nice piece of steak. You're on the last bite. You gotta savor it because we're not gonna be back in the steakhouse for a couple weeks.
Yeah, and we get to see Pricey on the way out, so that's pretty exciting news. Get to see the Buffalo Bills, who are 2-1 right now, the first time this cycle with a winning record. That's right, he's never even started the season off 1-0, and much less, I know it's just week 3 going, It's week 4 now, but it's been 3 weeks we played.
He's the garlic mashed potatoes on the side of this delicious steak.
He's over 500 for the first time. He's excited about it. He hasn't been on NBL Live since Madden 17, where he took on Deca and lost, and before that, the first person he played on NBL Live, he believes it was Gibbs when he was the Colts, and he lost that one as well. So he's 0-2 on NBL Live. See if Pricey can right the ship tonight. And we got a great game as well with the Jets and Ravens, also going to be really competitive. 2 teams that have came out of this season hot and just on fire early on. 3-0 and 2-1 for their respective teams. I'm excited to see both of these games.
Big shout out to Double A in the chat with the 15 months of subscribing. Let's get right to it. Let's take a look at our players to watch for today's NBL Live. What are we on? Broadcast 287?
287 tonight, yes.
Called it right. Nailed it. Knocked it out of the park. Let's start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another tough start to the season. And Marshall Darden needs to get going for this Pittsburgh Steelers team. 973 yards so far rushing on the year, averaging 5 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns. He has put the pigskin on the ground once. Bomber, the story's sort of the same. We saw the Pittsburgh Steelers earlier on NBL Live, just struggling to get the ship righted. 3 games so far. They got blown out by the Bengals. They got blown out by the Jaguars. They had a tough game, which they lost by 3 to the 49ers. And owner Gibbs called out Marshall Darden. Only 14 carries for 52 yards in that game against the 49ers. And it's just, he's a guy that we've seen on NBL Live have great games, but the Steelers team does not pass the ball effectively enough for them not to have a running game.
Yeah, you got to get him going early and often. He was actually selected with the 12th overall pick out of Florida State in NBL season 34. He's been around now for season 34. This is going to be his 5th season in the NBL. And he's never had double-digit touchdowns. His carries have only been over 100 twice, and that's 111 and 195. Never breached 200 carries. It's been his team for quite a while. It's looking like Marshall Darden out of Florida State is kind of a bust so far here in the NBL.
As Gibbs says in the chat, it's a contract year for him too. So a big performance on NBL Live, getting the Steelers their first win would be very important to getting him maybe a contract in Pittsburgh. On the flip side, boy, these Buffalo Bills are a great story early. They're 2-1. Micah Hyde has been phenomenal. Last season, 63 tackles, 2 interceptions. This season, he's having a great start in that his last game against the LA Chargers, which they won 21-13. Micah Hyde had 8 tackles and 2 interceptions against that Chargers team with Zach Hartley at the helm. They're 2-1, okay? A tough loss to start the year against a very, very difficult New England Patriots team, 27-0. His big shout-out to Big Dad Mel with the 8 months of subscribing. But they beat the Texans in a 4-point game. They beat the Chargers. And they have a real opportunity this week to go 3-1, something I'm not sure anybody had seen coming.
Yeah, 3-1 for the Buffalo Bills. Are you kidding me? Talking about this team coming into this season, they start off getting blanked by the New England Patriots, who've haunted this entire cycle, them and the Miami Dolphins. Not an easy division to try to get some wins upon, But they start off with a very tough loss. I thought, it's just the same old Bills. Price is going to struggle to win 1 to 2 games. Heck, he's already reached his last season total. Now he's sitting at 2-1. Excited to see what the Bills can do tonight. And yeah, we might be talking 3-1 Buffalo Bills, led by their defensive safety, Micah Hyde, who's what is he, 32 years old right now, 31 years old. I'm going to pull it up real quick so I get he's 32 years old right now. And he's playing out of his mind. His last 2-3 seasons, he's really been the field general for this defense, and they've been improving every single season.
Big shout out to Scuba Coop 3394 in the chat. Says, hey, NBL family, we at PML hope to get to the production level that y'all are at. Much respect. Appreciate the kind words, my friend. Thanks for checking out the NBL. The other game we got going on tonight is a high-powered matchup, actually. This was two teams, hot starts to the season, looking to keep it going. Let's start off with the New York Jets and the returning Dalvin Cook. Hurt for the first 3 weeks, but he is back on the field. Last season, averaged 4.4 per carry and 9 touchdowns. And Sclam said before the game that their key is to get Dalvin Cook going. He knows how much of a weapon Cook is. It's just about him staying healthy. For the New York Jets, Dalvin Cook has to be the key if they're going to get a win today against an incredibly high-powered and athletic Baltimore Ravens defense.
Yeah, since he's been out, they've been splitting the carries amongst 3 halfbacks, but Jalen Richard has got the majority, the bulk of the load, 61 attempts, 240 yards, just 3.9 yards per carry, and only 2 touchdowns on those 61 attempts. I think Dalvin Cook obviously going to come in there, be probably the 3-down back. You're going to see a little sprinkle of Jalen Richard along with Joe Williams here and there, but I expect him to get upwards of 15 carries tonight, maybe even over 20. If they're going to rock and roll in this game and completely dominate time of possession, they're going to need it behind the Dalvin Cook. He's got to be fresh. He just came back off an injury. I expect big things tonight. He's the key to success for this team. Remember when they were in the playoffs, he was the guy leading this charge. Outside, running off tackle. He's been phenomenal like that for the New York Jets. I expect him to come out tonight and kind of light a fire in this team that's currently sitting at 2-1.
Big shout out to Colonel Sanders with the Tier 1 gift sub to SERP, 51 gift subs to Sanders. Also, Captain Planet with the Tier 1 gift to Fupa Cheese, his first gift sub in the channel. Kenny K, nope, no drops tonight. So sorry. We don't get drops too often here on the NBL, but I appreciate you checking out the stream. On the flip side, how about the Baltimore Ravens' big tight end, Hayden Hurst? 37 catches last year, 638 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And this was a guy that at one point last year, Hayden Hurst was on the trading block. They were talking with a couple teams, trying to see if there was some interest in the athletic tight end. Ends up keeping him in. For the Baltimore Ravens, they got to be really happy that they did, because they've started out the season on fire offensively, including a win over the Cleveland Browns last week, 27-24. They're sitting here at 3-0. Bummer, is it too early to think this Baltimore Ravens team has a legitimate shot to win the NFC or the AFC North?
I don't think it is at all. If you look at their opponents so far in the first 3 weeks of the season, you got the Raiders, the Bengals, and the Browns. 2 of those 3 opponents have been division foes for them. The division winner from last year, 2 seasons in a row, are the Cincinnati Bengals. And before that, 3 seasons in a row, Cleveland Browns. Check mark, check mark. They defeated the Bengals in week 2, 21-7. Then in week 3, they defeated the Browns 27-24. Now a tough game versus the Jets. They'll head into a bye week, and then they got the Browns and Bengals once again at 6-7 this week. So their schedule's very tough in the front half. They've looked good so far. I'm surprised they're sitting at 3-0, but I definitely am not going to take them for granted, as they've beat some very tough teams there in the AFC, especially inside their division.
Before we get to your predictions, let's take a look at how our Bleacher Report team sees this week 4 matchup going. Broadcast 287. Draco AA, JB Cringe, and Eric G all riding that New York Jets train, where Rusta Busta and Gibbs going with the Baltimore Ravens. Cougs and Adam not picking a little Bleacher Report bowl we have here on Broadcast 287. On the flip side, boy, it is split right down the middle. 4-4, Cougs AA, JB, and Eric G taking the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everyone else taking the Buffalo Bills. All right, let's take this one game at a time, Bomber. Let's start out.
Hey, fun fact out there, there's more X's on that graphic than there are picks for the Ravens.
Fun fact, there aren't as many X's on that graphic than there are in Under Oath's name, so that's pretty cool.
Wow,
Let's take this one game at a time. Let's start off with the Bills and the Steelers. Bills looking to get to 3-1 and continue this great start to the season. Steelers looking for a win. Winless last year, no win so far this year. Do the Steelers get it done today?
Oh, my wife just called me. What was the question? Can the Steelers get it done today?
Yeah,
sure. I don't know.
No, put her on the. No, let's go speakerphone. Let's talk.
I already got her off the phone. I muted it and got her off.
Dang.
She's at the gym. She's running around. you never know what she's going to say. She's
What's
a loose
the
cannon.
gym?
She's unfiltered, and I don't want her to say something about me that might, hurt my feelings for other people to hear.
What is this Jim you speak of?
Jim's
That a guy? Is Jim her
Jim's
boyfriend?
The diner.
Is Jim her
Jim's
boyfriend?
the diner.
All right, so Bills and Steelers. Do the Steelers find a way to get to that 1-win mark, or are the Bills going to continue their run?
Oh, man, I want to say the Steelers are going to win today. They're at home. I think Gibbs is due. I want to say Pricey shows up big on NBL Live. He's got a history of not doing it. He's 0-2, only 2 games over 4 years in real lifetime, that is, as well. I'm going to go with I'm going to say the game goes to overtime, and Gibbs win with the field goal. I'm going to go 23-20, Gibbs over Pricey tonight. And yes, the 2-1 goes to 2-2, still at 500. Not a bad season for Pricey.
You got to be happy about, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't see the Bills going to 3-1, but if they do, the confetti is definitely falling tonight. Even though they are on the road, they're going to be shooting confetti cannons there on the sideline, on the Bills sideline, because this will be monumental if they can get to 3-1.
On the flip side, Jets and Ravens. Jets sitting there 2-1. Ravens undefeated 3-0. Both coming off really promising games last week. Okay, we talked about the Ravens defeating the Cleveland Browns. The New York Jets lost a 1-point nail biter to the Kansas City Chiefs, a perennial AFC powerhouse. And the Jets get Dalvin Cook back today. Does Cook lead the Jets to a victory, or will the Ravens' undefeated season continue?
I look at that loss the Jets had with the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think that's really close. And in most cases, that would make me think they're going to dominate this team. But the other wins have came against the Eagles and the Chargers, 2 teams that are 0-8 combined this season. They lost to a 4-0 Chiefs team, even though they played them close. I think on the flip side, the Ravens have actually, they're 3-0, and they faced some pretty good competition so far, especially guys when their division. That's always the toughest to win. I'm going with the Ravens tonight. Not 100% confident in this pick, but I'm going to say 28-24. Ravens at home, get the dub here in week 4. They move to 4-0, keep their potential undefeated streak alive here tonight on NBL Live Broadcast 287.
Let's get this bad boy underway. Only one way to find out. We're going to take you out to the game. Coming up next, it's the last broadcast for a couple weeks here of NBL Live. We're hoping it's going to be a good one. 2 phenomenal matchups. On one side, the Jets and the Ravens. On the other side, the Bills and the Steelers. It's all coming up right now here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the MBL Network. Holla.
It is NBL Live broadcast 287 here on the NBL Network. And we got 2 phenomenal matchups here on an NBL Live Super Show. On the left side of your screen, hopefully, there will be a game. We got black screens, but it will be the Steelers taking on the Bills. Right side of your screen, Jets and Ravens. I am OSU, your NBL Network Director. I'm hanging out with the commissioner of the NBL. It is Bomber. And Bomber, unsurprisingly, what looks like could be a false start in Pricey's game.
Yeah, already a black screen that's been delayed now for nearly 30 seconds.
He's got HughesNet Gen 4 internet, okay? It's tough over there.
Yeah, he's at Gen 4, but he's got the latest edition of it. He's upgraded all the way, Gen 4 Plus.
5?
No, not. They're not. Hey, they're not going Gen 5 yet. They're not announcing that. That's not even available to the public yet. But yeah, I think he's on Gen 4.
Well, we'll wait and see what happens. Luckily, we got 2 games here on the Super Show. We got the Jets taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
Welcome to the network, baby.
Big shout out to JB with the sub. And for these Jets and Ravens, 2 teams I think people are a little surprised to see them at the top of these divisions, especially after that win last week for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, you look at the Ravens team, built on defense. Safety play has been phenomenal. But honestly, this team's going to go as good as their offense can carry them. They got some weapons offensively that can get the ball and move the ball down the field. If the Ravens can drive the ball offensively with Lamar Jackson, he can use his arm to drive it down to Andre Hargrove and Lunier Goins, obviously a new pick they brought in from Philly. I think they're going to be all right. Hayden Hurst, we talked about him in the pregame as well. They have a nice set of options along with also Nelson Aguilar. There's their full array of options for Lamar Jackson. That with Leonard Fournette has really drove this team early in this season.
Well, the false start on the offense. The offense, of course, being Pricey. They're going to resend that bad boy. This is why we don't let Pricey on NBL Live, Bomber. He seems to mess it up every time.
2 times he's been on. He's lost both of them. I don't know if they went all the way through, if they desync. He didn't tell me that part of it, but there's good potential.
He let you know that they desynced and they simmed, and he still lost it. He was winning that game, and he ended up losing.
I asked him if he was nervous, and he told me that he's not nervous about this game. He's more nervous about Virginia Beach when he punches me in the face.
I thought he'd say he was more nervous about the stream as Sam Darnold picks up the first down. That was some breakneck speed from Sammy Sweetmeat.
Yeah, Sammy, not known for his fast feet, but he makes a nice move right there, gets up, picks up the first down, keeps the chains moving. We see Dalvin Cook going to be suiting up in the backfield there, number 25 here for the New York Jets.
3 wide receivers set for the Jets on their first offensive drive. 2 to the left side, 1 over the right side, and that is Dalvin Cook returning from injury. His first game of the season, looking to add a boost to this New York Jets offense. Sitting there at 2-1, coming off a tough loss to the Kansas City Chiefs as they bring in Randall Cobb in motion and do a little inside zone run with Dalvin Cook. He'll pick up a couple, give him 4 on the play, and early in this game, Bomber, 3 rushes for Dalvin Cook. They're not at all concerned about a lingering injury.
Yeah, they're going to give him the carries and let him run wild today. 2nd and 6. He's moving the chains for him, and then they got the feet of Sam Darnold moving it the rest of the way on 3rd down. So I like what I see from Dalvin Cook, and it doesn't look like he's on any carry restriction so far early in this game.
2nd down and 6. You see the Baltimore Ravens, heavy man defense for them. Look at Sammy. He's going to take off. He sees the man coverage. He'll just take the easy yards. The second rush for Sklam and Sam. The Sklam and Sam connection rolling early. Baltimore, you got to think they're going to start dropping into some zones and maybe putting a spy on the 5.8 40-yard time for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, right there. He had an opportunity to throw it to his receiver. He said, nah, why not? I'm going to keep running. Let's see how many rushing yards I can get today. Seems to be the MO for the Jets at the quarterback position so far.
1st and 10. Dropping back to pass. Sam Darnold. He's going to take a deep shot left side. That is way overthrown and easily picked off by Peters, the user. A nice play. They take a shot down the field, and Darnold makes them pay. The return still going. He'll be taken down to the 21-yard line. An early mistake. Well, Sammy had a whole lot of mustard on that throw.
Yeah, I don't like the throw at all. You don't want to test these safeties of the Baltimore Ravens. He tries to get over the top, thinks he has a man beat, but the safety from the middle blue, he comes across the field, makes a play, picks him off. They're going to start their drive now at the 21-yard line. Not a good possession for the New York Jets. A couple runs from the quarterback, a little indecisiveness, but you get to see Dalvin Cook using his legs in the backfield. That was a good sign, but it ended with an interception, so no bueno there for the New York Jets.
1st down and 10. For the Baltimore Ravens, their first offensive possession, they're led by Leonard Fournette. And after a disappointing tenure in Jacksonville, Baltimore's been really happy at the performance of Leonard Fournette at the halfback position.
Yeah, they have. Leonard Fournette's going to give them that power runner that they need. 51 carries, 287 yards coming into this game, and 3 touchdowns. That's 5.6 yards per carry. He's been phenomenal for this team, giving them just that additional push they need at the line of scrimmage to fall forward and make those 3rd and manageables even more manageable for this Baltimore Ravens offense.
They 9-9, shotgun formation for Lamar Jackson. 4-man rush from the New York Jets. Jackson steps up. That line collapses as Williams makes the play. Sets up a 3rd and 9, and there are a lot of people questioning, even though the Baltimore Ravens are sitting there at 3-0, whether or not they have the offensive acumen to really be competitive in the AFC North.
Yeah, right there you see Lamar Jackson miss a wide open seam. He steps up in the pocket. He does everything right except get rid of the ball and find a receiver right there. He's got a lot of talent. We're talking Hargrove, Goings, Hurst, and Aguilar. That's quite a nice triple threat at wide receiver, a nice tight end. He should be able to find a receiver or somebody open nearly on every play.
3rd down and 9. Jackson dropping back. Insta shed in the middle. Ball's out on the ground. It's picked up by the Baltimore Ravens. Bomber, I think one of the most interesting signings we have seen is maybe the signing of Lunar Goings, because if there's one thing this Baltimore Ravens team is known for, it's having speed at wide receiver.
Yeah, it's having speed. Let me give you a little information on Lunar Goings. He came out with a star dev trait. He's 85 speed, 87 excel, and 92 agility. 6 foot, a $179 out of Texas. He's a wide receiver, 92 overall. He's got 94 deep, 97 mid, and 98 short. He's a phenomenal skilled receiver. Just doesn't have the speed and the JUIs that Baltimore is accustomed to having at the wide receiver position. But it seems like Cougs is going to use him a little bit outside.
Hand off Dalvin Cook. He's got a lot of room right side. 1st down and more past midfield. He'll be taken down at the 47-yard line. Hey, Bomber, check it out. Give stream right now.
Is it stuck at the black screen again?
Black screen again.
Oh, wow.
I'll give you a little insight, the folks at home.
What is that? I've never even seen this before.
Look at that. They're black screened again. This is going to be a stretch play right side. Handoff. Dalvin Cook. Nice cut. Gotta love seeing that one cut mechanic used. As Dalvin Cook, 5 carries, 32 yards already.
I feel like somebody's roster or playbook might be messed up here on this thing. I don't know why. I just feel like it's something. I've never seen this before with this black screen. So I'm kind of thinking what changes were made? What happened?
Pricey
What's
probably
going
added
on?
about 84 plays to his playbook.
Yeah, probably something
He's at
like
530 plays. It's not even legal. Handoff, Dalvin Cook, 2nd and 2. Wow, look at the interior of this New York Jets offensive line continue to dominate up front. If I'm New York, I wouldn't even think about throwing the ball until they find a way to stop Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook's balling right now, and he's getting a bulk of the carries. I mean, you're seeing him just attack the outside, attack the inside, off tackle, off guard, however you want it, zone running, tossing it outside. We've seen an array of carries so far for Dalvin Cook. As you see right here, a little trap up the middle. He seems to just be comfortable doing whatever they ask him to do here.
Okay, I'm going to hesitantly put... They have found a way to get to the game. Nope. No, they haven't. They desynced right when they got to the game. 10 out of 10 to Pricey, the gunslinger. 1st and 10 for the New York Jets. Nice drive here. Why stop? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hand off to Dalvin Cook. He'll only get 2 on that play. Bring up a 2nd down.
Yeah, they throw the ball once this game. They had 2 runs out of passing
It wasn't.
plays.
I've just been confirmed. It wasn't a desync. It was connection to peers lost.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal so
Phenomenal.
far.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Call him on the air, huh?
Huh? Yeah.
Tell him how trash his internet is.
Your internet's trash. I don't know whose internet is trash, but I'm pretty sure it's Pricey.
Oh,
2nd and 8. Throw over the middle. Ooh, dangerous throw. C.J. Mosley almost jumped that, but it's caught nonetheless. 3rd and 2 now for the New York Jets.
At 3rd and 2, you got to think inside the 13, inside the 15-yard line, red zone. You got to go with Dalvin Cook here. He's looked fresh. This is his first game back here, week 4. He missed the first 3 weeks, battling some injuries early in NBL season 38. They got to go to him right now. I know the box is loaded, but you still can't turn away from Dalvin Cook. He's not even in the game right now, so they're turning away from him as it is.
Can't turn away from him. Well, they're going to give it to the fullback. They didn't need Dalvin, but did he get enough?
No.
I think he's short.
Nope.
And he is, and that's going to take us, what looks like to the end of the first quarter. 0-0 the score, but New York about to kick a field goal. And early in this game, the story is the offensive line for the New York Jets creating really just wide open running lanes for Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, wide open stuff for Dalvin Cook and allowing them to just kind of walk down the field. I mean, literally, they just walk down the field on the Baltimore Ravens defense. Baltimore got a pick earlier in the game. Sam Darnold overthrow a go route on the outside. And they decide, you know what, let's just go back to Dalvin Cook. That's been working for us. And they're going to put 3 up on the board here.
That's up, and it is good. Daddy Ken saying, glad to be here. Great experience right now. Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. NBA Live Broadcast 287. It is a super show, but Pricey's internet ain't super, as he's now restarting everything once again. I'm not convinced. Here's the best part here, Bomber. I'm not convinced, even if they weren't streamed, that they'd get this game in.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe there's different plans for people higher than us, man. Maybe I wouldn't even say Madden guys. It's more the ISP internet service provider guys.
Just let everybody know, for 5 cents a day, you too can get Pricey a real internet. Donate now. Can we get Sarah McLachlan to sing a song for us? I will remember your internet. Bogey Express. Thank you. Bogey Express says, I finally got you to load up on my TV 55-inch viewing pleasure of the MBL network. Let's go.
Don't you like when people say 55-inch? I have a 55-inch, and I said it for a while, and someone told me, like, dude, why do you keep saying 55-inch? Nobody cares. It's 2018. Everybody's got 55 inches. I thought to myself, I said, damn, you're right. If it ain't 75 inches, there's no impressiveness about it. But when I was growing up, in the 90s, if you had 55-inch TV, you were the man. You know, if you could say, yeah, I got a 55-inch, man, that was worth going to somebody's house to watch, a wrestling event, a Spurs game, something like that.
Story of my life. Not enough inches. 3rd and 6 now for the Baltimore Ravens. A quick pass underneath. So far, the New York Giants defense doing a nice job defending, especially in the secondary.
Not Giants, Jets, but yes, the Jets defense has looked good. Cringe is probably, that's probably going to put you back on that list that you don't want to be on with Cringe. We've seen his face. We know what that means.
3rd down and 6. Empty backfield for Lamar Jackson. Ball's in the 26-yard line.
Here.
Coming back to pass is Jackson's little out route to Nelson Aguilar, the former Detroit Lion, the former Philadelphia Eagle. Picks up a quick and easy throw, just a straight up, determining right before the play where he was throwing it, and Aguilar made a nice route.
All right, Ric Flair in the chat says 65-inch curve. She's a beaut, Clark. Is that a play on Clark Griswold? I don't know. That's how I read it. Like he was talking about something that Clark Griswold does when he shows off his thing and his wife comes in and she's like, "It's a beaut, Clark. It looks great." No?
Hand off
Nobody?
Fournette, right side. Who was it? Duber said, screen is too big, you gotta move your eyes too far. What size screen do you play your games on versus watching something else?
Me?
Yeah.
I play on the 55.
You play on the 55? Okay, I was just curious.
Wait, are
I
you
don't.
trying to just set me up to brag about my
No.
55-inch TV? I
No,
got up here 4K?
No, I was going to say,
4,000
I don't know
pixels?
about other people in the league, but I play on my computer monitor. It's like a 36-inch or whatever it is.
Yeah, I came from a 4. It took a little adjusting for the 55, but you got to be back a little bit. I got the game mode on it, so my response time is still as good as it was when I had it on the like 42 or whatever it was. Samsung. I came in here, put it on a 55-inch Samsung 4K TV. Got it from Best. Nah. I don't want to hype myself up on it too much, but yeah, that's what I play on. It took a little bit to get used to it, honestly, because the screen is bigger and you got to kind of use your peripheral a little bit. But if you just get back about 6 feet, you're pretty nice.
We're going to keep a watch on the Bills-Steelers game on the left side of your screen as that throw way outside. That was ball 4 to Hayden Hurst. All right, they have gotten to game animations. No guarantee it gets past here, but I'm proud of Pricey for getting to this far.
Hey, man, it is something, and he pays. You want to know the crazy thing is he pays a lot for his internet because he's out there and there's no competition. There is no other providers. They're the only one, so they're selling him dirt and they're charging him, they're charging him big time money for it. So that's some high price, low speed internet going on there in Indiana.
Second down to 10, quick throw underneath to Aguilar. So far, the Jets defense not letting anything behind them. They're really keeping everything in front of the defense, and Baltimore's playing into it. They're going to need to convert another 3rd and medium.
Yeah, 3rd and 8s have been tough. Anything longer than 5 for this Baltimore Ravens team because Lamar Jackson just isn't quick to get rid of the ball. We've already seen him sacked twice, and you're saying, Lamar Jackson's got the speed. He shouldn't be getting sacked, but yeah, that's been an issue this season for him.
They're down at 8, empty backfield. You're going to see the Ravens run out of this empty set a lot on 3rd down. You've already seen it a bunch early in this game. Dropping back is Jackson, 4-man rush from the New York Jets. He'll step up, he'll roll right. He's going to throw to that wide receiver. He's got him. That's Nelson Aguilar once again inside the 20-yard line to the 19. Nice job by that offensive line holding up. Jackson gets out of the pocket, and you give any quarterback here in the NBL 6 seconds to throw the ball, they're going to find somebody.
Yeah, and he does just that. Now they're inside of the red zone. The Baltimore Ravens starting to cook right here. 3:30 left in the second quarter. 3-0 Baltimore Ravens, 2-1 New York Jets. The Ravens are at home. Oh, man, they got to be feeling good right now.
I see that was a little Bills halfback sweep going to the left side. It goes nowhere. As a man blitz from the New York Jets, and they mess up that run as Jamal Adams in on the tackle, going to bring up a 2nd and long. That's on your screen, by the way. We got the Steelers and the Bills. Nice run outside. A lot of room out there for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's Marshall Darden picking up 22 yards. But the Baltimore Ravens in business. They're inside the red zone. 2nd and 11, dropping back to pass is Lamar Jackson. Oh, the user misses on the sack, but a nice tackle from behind. And that one, I think if it was real life, Lamar Jackson would have 2 broken ankles.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson starts pulling away, man. His speed is just something fierce right there, but the user does a great job diving for it and taking his ankles out and puts him to the floor. It's going to be to the field, excuse me. It's going to be 3rd and 9 here for the Ravens.
But they're running an empty set. I'm shocked. Shocked, I say. 5 wide receivers, Fournette coming in motion from the left side. 3rd down and 9. Oh, it's a pump fake. Throws it to Goings. He had the user fake. The user was there to jump it, but they go to the seam route against the cover 3. A perfect call, and the Baltimore Ravens 6 yards away from taking the lead.
Yeah, they find a little inside seam crosser, lazy cross. He had the actual seam wide open, but instead he goes with the sure-handed Lunier Goings. Holds on to it in traffic.
Yeah, L-Dog, I don't know if it's possible to... I'm pretty sure you can subscribe on mobile, but it is hard to find. They buried the button, so all our guys go to the PC. Appreciate you thinking about subscribing here to the NBL Network, as we appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Broadcast 287 here on the NBL Network. On our way, the road to 300. Not WrestleMania, it's just to 300 First and
Yeah,
goal.
immediately when you said that, my mind just said
What,
WrestleMania at the end of it for no reason, probably because it's just embedded into my brain at this point when someone says that phrase. That's where we're going. But we're going to 300. 300 broadcasts for 13 away.
Little run to the right side. Not a whole lot there. It's going to bring up a second and goal for the Baltimore Ravens. They try to get something to go outside on the right side, but nice job by the New York Jets to create some early penetration. Now second down and goal. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Lamar Jackson under center. Running that little jet sweep. They got Hargrove, but the user, a nice play by Hargrove, and New York looking to get a monstrous stop here with $1:30 to go in the first half.
Yeah, that's a nice tackle right there on a play that is low risk with a potential for some high reward there for the Baltimore Ravens. Doesn't happen. They're 3rd and goal from the 7. This is dangerous territory. I expect them to just stay with the run here and say, let's just go ahead and tie this game up.
Third down and goal. Bunch formation to the right side. Lunier Goings on the left side. He'll be split out wide left. Jackson changing up the play. Getting those route combos right. Dropping back to pass. 4-man rush. Little slant over the middle, but great defense on the interior. It was an okay completion. Not a great read, but the New York Jets defense stands tall inside the red zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Holding them to 3, playing that bend don't break right there. I thought Lamar Jackson in that offense should have just taken an extra second and kind of allowed his receivers to develop their routes a little bit more into the end zone if he really wanted to take a shot. I think he was just trying to play it safe, throw something underneath. Maybe he gets the after the catch, falls forward into the end zone. If not, they just take the 3, and that's what ends up happening. This is going to be kind of a dogfight to the end of this game.
Let's take our first look at our other game, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. Pittsburgh on a nice little drive. Thomas Cook 4 for 4 on this drive, and they are 3 yards away from taking an early lead. How about Thomas Cook? We've seen him have some nice moments, but as we saw on NBL Live, it can all change in an instant.
Yeah, I like the youngster. What is this, his 2nd year in the NBL? Thomas Cook has the ability to make all the throws. He's definitely a franchise quarterback. Pair him with Marshall Darden. This should be an explosive 1-2 combination. Hasn't been so far this season. Let's see if they can punch into the end zone here.
Huh. Apparently there is a Twitch website to subscribe on mobile. They had to create a mobile site instead of adding a button, as the Pittsburgh Steelers do get in the end zone.
How did you find out about that? Somebody told you in the chat, or?
No, I Googled it. I used my good friend Google. He's in the chat. As Pittsburgh's up 7-0. Apparently, you can go to subs.twitch.tv and search for somebody to subscribe to. I think it'd be easier to add a button, but apparently that is asking too much from our friends over at Twitch. 2nd down and 10. As I wait for our stream to get taken down, Twitch is like, hit, make fun of us, click. 2nd down and 10. Quick throw over the middle. Going to pick up a first down for the New York Jets. Right side of your screens. We're in the double box. Both these games, close action. We finally get to see the gunslinger offense come out on the field of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, the Bills are coming out on the field. They've already given up 7, got themselves in a little bit of a hole, but we get to see Baker Mayfield, number 6 in shotgun formation. Let's see what he's got tonight. And no rookie number 4 overall pick in the draft. The wide receiver, the speedster, is not going to be there tonight for the Buffalo Bills as he's out 4 more weeks.
Big loss for the offense. Sam Darnold, 3 of 5, 26 yards and a pick. The passing attack has been brutal for the New York Jets, but the rushing attack is what kept them going.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where we're at in this game so far. I think the Ravens-Jets is going to be a game that's going to come down to a big turnover in the second half. Someone's going to make a big mistake, whether it's Darnold or Lamar Jackson. They're going to put the ball on the field, and the defense is going to pick it up. It's going to be trouble, and that's probably what this game's going to come down to.
Nobody open down the field. Sam Darnold, yep. You knew that was going to happen. You knew that was going to happen. Tried to throw that ball incredibly late, 27 seconds. Baltimore's going to take a timeout. They're looking to get the ball back.
Yeah, a big-time play they're trying to get right there, the New York Jets. Injuries to D.D. Westbrook with a shoulder tear. He's out for 2 weeks. A.J. McDonald, the center, arm fracture. He's out 3 weeks. So they have some big injuries on the offensive side of the ball. And right there, D.D. Westbrook's speed would have been nice to get over top of the defense. They don't have him. Darnold's sitting there waiting outside the pocket and drops the ball.
Key third down here for the New York Jets. 3rd and 11, stepping up. Darnold, he just gets rid of it before he gets clobbered. Finds the receiver at the 49-yard line. They're going to have to hurry up. Not a lot of time left. They're looking to get into field goal range to get it to some sort of lead before halftime. 12 seconds and counting. They have one timeout remaining. Darnold dropping back. Looks over the middle of the field. Tight throw. It is caught, though. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
That is
what?
a very dangerous pass. Bailed out by the receiver there just to turn around and catch the ball. Kenny Stills. If I'm Baltimore right now, they end up getting a field goal on this. I don't tell my defense anything. I say, hey, keep playing that way. Eventually, we're going to get a turnover. This is what could have ended on an essential drive as the Bills make a nice throw. Okay,
Woo!
Pricey.
Okay. All right, Gunslinger. I see you as the kick is up. And it is good. Halftime, 6-3 Jets on top in what has been I don't even want to say a defensive battle, a methodical game with a couple long drives that have stalled inside the 5-yard line.
The Buffalo Bills wide receiver Rashawn Fuller, that's the rookie, dislocated elbow. He's out 4 more additional weeks, which he was supposed to be the centerpiece of this offense. Superstar Dev coming out, 97 speed. I mean, this guy can get all over the field. They don't have him now, so we're going to see what limited attack they have with Baker Mayfield, who's arguably, is he a top 5 quarterback in the league attribute-wise? I think he's like top 3.
Attribute-wise, he's there. He's in Buffalo now as the handoff to Kenyon Drake goes nowhere. Going to bring up a 2nd and 12, but you can't argue there's been some success for Buffalo early, and it's mostly been early in the season, Bomber, lower scoring games. They don't want to get into shootouts. They want to keep the scoring low and make some key plays late.
Yeah, control the clock and allow their defense to make the plays. As you stated earlier, the Micah Hyde ability in the secondary to make plays has been what has been the saving grace for this team and why they are sitting at 2-1.
Out in 12. Welcome to the network, baby. Big shout out to L-Dog for subscribing to the NBL network with the Twitch Prime. Appreciate it, my friend. Glad you found a way to I don't know if you did it through the website, if you went on your computer, but either way, certainly do appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Now big 3rd and 7 for the Buffalo Bills as Baltimore starts off with the ball in our other game, and they're going to pick up a first down with Nelson Aguilar underneath. 8 for 10, 78 yards for Lamar Jackson. That's pretty Baltimore. It's a lot of underneath throws.
Yeah, and Lamar Jackson, anytime he's had somebody deep down the field, he just hesitates to really get rid of the ball. It usually results in a sack. Let's see what the Gunslinger Bills do here on 3rd and 7.
Clock running down in Pittsburgh, and they're not going to get this one off. They're going to go to the second quarter. 7-0 Steelers with that nice early drive, but Buffalo's in business here. This game, Bomber, you called it an overtime game. I think everybody sort of expects this one to be close down to the wire.
I just like the talent that the Pittsburgh Steelers have. I know Baker Mayfield's on the other side, but when you got Cook, you got Darden for the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's just a lot of talent on this team. You got Washington at wide receiver. I think the Bills, without the rookie, they're less explosive, and that's what I think makes them vulnerable in this game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And once again, the Baltimore Ravens offense on display. 3 streak routes, something underneath, and they hit the underneath man.
You got to start hard flattening.
Yeah. 3rd and 7 for the Buffalo Bills. Key 3rd down. Can they find the end zone? Dropping back is Baker. He'll look underneath. That's an incomplete pass. But I do like the throw there. That's a throw that I don't know if Pricey would have made 2 years ago.
Yeah, you probably would have tried to zip it to the guy far right on that little lazy post. It might have actually worked against the cover, too. I didn't actually check it out.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but
the Bills have an opportunity here to cut the lead from 7-4. Got to make this field goal. They've struggled with field goals throughout this cycle as well.
Well, the underneath throw goes nowhere as it's picked off by the New York Jets. Left side of your screen as Buffalo makes the field goal, but finally, the underneath offense. It gets bit by a nice play on the left side, looking for Lunier Goings. Instead, he finds the Jets defense.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you make going underneath the engine of your offense is you can complete 4 or 5 of them, OSU, and yet you're probably only 10, 15 yards from where you started. And now you throw 1 interception, you lose possession. So it's always important for quarterbacks to keep their eyes down the field, take the underneath when it's there. I understand he has Lunier Goings. He's trying to work the short game, but you got guys that can get over the top, and it's important that you find them over the top. Heck, you still got Nelson Aguilar on your team, very talented wide receiver that can become a deep threat early and often.
Handoff, left side. Who else but Dalvin? 9 carries, 53 yards, but nothing going there. Maybe a yard on the play.
Wait, we got a cringe joke in the chat. He says he's Lunier Goings nowhere. Nice. Cringe has been waiting to say that one, I think.
Ha!
As is like 90% of the league. I mean, something on the play of his last name.
Uh-oh, Steelers with a big play, left side. A little stop and go from the user. Fortunately, it was a little more stop than go, but a nice play. Nice throw from Thomas Cook. As another Cook just got thrown backwards. What a brilliant defensive play. Throw him backwards so that he doesn't get the forward progress, and as he starts going once again, he'll only gain 3 on the play.
Yeah, keeping them alive. Defensively, you want to get the offensive player on the ground right there. They couldn't wrap him up, but he ends up falling backwards and costing his team a couple yards. They're going to be in the 3rd and 6 here as they approach the red zone, sitting at the 23.
3:22 and counting in the third quarter, and they're going to run it on 3rd down, and Baltimore says, we saw that one coming. Peters with a big tackle in the backfield, and they're going to force New York to take another field goal. So, yes, New York does get points off the interception, but it certainly could have been much worse for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I like Peters coming down there and making a play. I mean, that's exactly what he can do at that slot corner position. He can make plays in the running attack and stop offenses from getting outside. And I like him playing that position. I think the Baltimore Ravens defense altogether is just a phenomenal unit that works well together. They're very cohesive.
2nd down and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're putting together a nice little drive at the 41-yard line. Thomas Cook takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Matt Breida over the left side. And Breida, it looks like he's going to pick up the 1st down at the 30-yard line. This little 1-2 punch, the Thunder and Lightning, Matt Breida and Marshall Darden, it's actually been pretty effective for the Pittsburgh Steelers early this season.
Yeah, they bring it in, and in this game particularly, every time the Buffalo Bills are calling man, they're breaking them off in a nice pass, some great man-beater concepts built into these routes. So they're working really nicely against this Buffalo defense, and the Buffalo defense has really been the staple of this 2-1 start.
Picked off. It's the New York Jets. Can they get to the end zone? Touchdown, Jets defense, a pick 6, and Baltimore exposed. That was another underneath throw that got jumped. The man coverage, I would like to point out, before that touchdown, Jamie in the chat says, who would have guessed Bill Steelers would outscore Jets Ravens? Before that interception, it was 9-3, which is 12 points. It's 10 points in the Bills Steelers game.
I think he's saying relative to the quarters, maybe. That might be his only out there.
As just a slant route over the middle, picks up the 2-point conversion. New York has opened up a commanding 14-point lead. Lamar Jackson and the offense, they're going to have to start looking more than 4 yards in front of their face.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's got great he's got great wins already against division foes. The Bengals.
He says he's projecting for time. Whatever you say, Jamie. Whatever you say, buddy.
He's got great he had great outings against the Bengals and against the Browns, but so far tonight, he's just looked like almost a player in which we were questioning why he got re-signed for long-term, because this is how he's played throughout the entire cycle, pretty much on par with what we're seeing tonight. Just hasn't looked good.
Throwing back to pass on 1st and 10 is Thomas Cook, the young quarterback. Great protection. But a dangerous throw. Price is going to kick it himself for not taking that the other way, as it was looking for a post route over the middle. The help from the safety. I think that was Micah Hyde. Might have taken that. Could have taken that the other way.
Yeah, that was just a bad pass right there for Cook, really trying to drive the ball down the field. I don't like it.
1st and 15 for Lamar Jackson, by the way. Looks underneath. That's Lunar Goings. He'll pick up 6 yards in the play. Get him to the 34, get it back. Oh, no, he'll pick up, the false start got him. So, back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, back to the line of scrimmage, a little 5-yard pickup there for Lunar Goings, 2nd and 10 here for the Ravens. You got to see what Hargrove, if he can get down the field, get an explosive play as they put him on a go route right now. Let's see if he can get down the field.
Nope, looks for the corner route. Completed. Oh, that one almost picked off. That almost caught. Hey, Thomas Cook.
By Cook. Yeah.
Thomas Cook getting a little shaky out there.
Pricey probably thinking, man, that was almost a pick, but he's actually lucky. It bounces off his defender's linebacker's hands. It was almost a catch by the Steelers, which could have been devastating. Probably would have been a walk-in touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers, as Buffalo's just trying to hold them to 3 as they're already inside the red zone on the Buffalo 18.
3rd down and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers on the 18-yard line, looking to cash in with a touchdown. Then play conservative, hand it off to Darden, and how about that conservative play? Picks up the 1st down. And shout out to Rusty Buster for the 10 months of subscribing. I love the play call. Little trap run from the shotgun gives him a 1st and goal.
Yeah, when the user plays on the defensive line, he's going to struggle against plays like that because he's just completely blocked. He's out of the play, and the linebacker drops into coverage, playing over-the-top coverage there, and then nice little draw up the middle to pick up a 1st down. Now they're 1st and goal from the 6.
Go back to the double box left side of your screen. Steelers at the 6-yard line, looking to go up by 2 scores. Bill's looking for a big defensive stop. If they can hold him to a field goal, that'd be a lot of confidence. As they're send the tight end in motion from the right side to the left side. Handoff on 1st and goal. That's Wilcox. He will walk into the end zone. 3-headed rushing attack for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Gets him down the field, and the Steelers have opened up a 10-point lead.
I like Pittsburgh so far, man. If I was to revamp my picks here, just redo them a little bit, I'd still take Pittsburgh, but I don't think the overtime's going to be needed. They just look so solid offensively, and Buffalo Bills defense, which has been a staple of this team's success early in this year, just seems nowhere to be found.
Now here we are with the Baltimore Ravens. They need a score badly as they're running out of time. $1:25 to go in the third quarter. Empty backfield for Lamar Jackson. Dropping back to pass on second and 10. Blitz coming from the right side. It's picked up nicely, and Jackson's going to take off.
Nice run.
Great block on the outside. I think it was Lunier Goings with the block on the left side. Gets Jackson a big gain down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, heady player there, Lunier Goings. He gets you underneath. Only 85 speed, 87 excel, but he does all the intangible little things. And right there sees Lamar Jackson's got room to run and decides to block downfield. Helps him out tremendously as they're now down to the 13-yard line.
Empty backfield once again. Quick throw underneath. That's Leonard Fournette. He'll pick up a couple. So he's a big boy to bring down. 13-18, 121 and 2 touchdowns. That is just a shade over 10 yards per completion for Lamar Jackson. Baker Mayfield, by the way, just went down in the Buffalo Bills.
That's a big-time loss. If Baker's going to be out multiple weeks, no wide receiver there either. Buffalo's going to be in some big-time trouble. No George Romero either, as he's the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Jackson's going to take off once again. Stumble, bumble, pick up a first down at the 3-yard line. First and goal for the Baltimore Ravens. We'll keep your prize on what's going on to the with the Buffalo Bills. Their star quarterback, Baker Mayfield, going down that last play. Hopefully it's nothing extended. Will they tell us? Abdominal tear. It is extended. That's going to be
about, what, 4 weeks?
I think it's a five or 6 weeks. So who they got playing quarterback now in Buffalo? No George Romero. Now no Baker Mayfield with the abdominal tear.
I'm going to pull up the depth chart right now. The Buffalo Bills actually
It's Matty Stafford, by the way. It's Matt Stafford. As a
what
touchdown
a
pass.
not a bad quarterback to have coming off the bench. We saw what he did in Carolina.
Arrington with the catch. Great play call there from the Baltimore Ravens as they call a little pass play. It was a heavy run commit and just an easy pitch and catch to Arrington. Baltimore's cut this back to a 1-score lead. A huge touchdown before the end of the third quarter. But Buffalo, new man at the helm. It's old Stat Padford himself, Matty Stafford. As Baker Mayfield, that abdominal tear. Huge loss, but they got a veteran behind him, Bomber. Not too bad of a player to have coming in some key minutes. They're trying to get to 3-1.
Yeah, and Stafford had a nice stint there in Carolina. Fell in love with the city. Played behind a multitude of quarterbacks over there. Cam Newton and Deshaun Watson. Cam eventually left. I think he's got the opportunity to make all the throws.
There's a nice throw to the right side. It was just a little cross-drag action out of the pistol formation. He'll get to midfield, pick up 9 yards on the play. That's McDonald's first catch of the day. And Buffalo, down 14-3 at the 2-minute warning. A touchdown, any points before the half has got to be a key for the Buffalo Bills.
Absolutely. They get the ball to start the third quarter, so an opportunity for a 2-and-1 comes into play right now. A little Aaron Rodgers NFL special potentially here for the Buffalo Bills, or they'll just throw an interception and Pittsburgh will get the ball to score again.
That's more of a Matt Stafford special, the pick before the half. Aaron Rodgers does the 2-for-1. Stafford just throws a pick. Will Stafford be able to shake that as Porter says the bench warmer getting an opportunity to revitalize his career. 2nd and 1 for the Buffalo Bills. Stafford dropping back. Stafford sitting down. Ball is out. It's sitting there for the taking, and it's picked up by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bomber was option C, the old fumble, as Ryan Shazier forces the fumble and then says, well, if nobody else wants it, I'll take it myself.
Yeah, he gets in there free. Pricey just doesn't recognize you got a free man coming in there. Just take the sack or just get rid of the ball. Get outside the pocket, run away, and try to throw it away if you can, but you can't stand in the pocket.
Oh, Dalvin Cook!
Almost.
And he then stumbled over what appeared to be grass, I would like to point out.
Couldn't get his footing right after getting just knocked around, stays on his feet. I know the Baltimore Ravens were thinking, man, we hit him with everything we had there, and the kid stays on his feet.
It's the danger of that over G defense. You bring that man blitz, but Bomber, there is no help on the backside.
Yep, it's one man to beat, and right there, if you just stay on your feet, those are the kind of penalties that you get. You get the opportunity to just continue to run, but right there, Dalvin Cook couldn't stay on his feet. He ended up falling after he broke the tackles.
Hand off to Dalvin Cook once again. 14 carries, 73 yards for the former Minnesota Viking. He'll pick up 5 on the play, and that's where New York's in a great position. They have a 7-point lead, and Bomber, they are driven by the run game.
Yeah, the New York Jets are just ground and pound now right, with Dalvin Cook, who's fresh, missed the first 4 weeks of the season. But, man, he looks like he's already in regular season form. Even this is his first, first 3 quarters of season 38. He just looks like he's rocking and ready to go.
Right side of your screen, 2nd and 5. How about Dalvin Cook once again? Not a whole lot there as the Baltimore Ravens able to collapse on the run game. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. And for the New York Jets, they are going to need, if they're going to compete in a very difficult AFC East, they are going to need Sam Darnold as the Buffalo Bills just picked it off left side. Huge overthrow from Thomas Cook. And Tre'Davious White picks off the young Thomas Cook. 3rd and 4, and how about the play by the Baltimore defense on the right side of the screen? As I was saying, they're going to need Sam Darnold to be a game manager, but more than he is right now. He only has 65 yards passing early.
Yeah, he has not looked like I expected to see him throw the ball. Very scared, very hesitant. I think both of these quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Sam Darnold, just haven't developed the way we thought they would in this Madden 19 cycle. Kind of disappointing, but both of them have gotten paid.
Well, a big turnover for the Buffalo Bills, and it's just, hey, Price, your own end zone is there. Stop running backwards. He took a 13-yard loss on that play back to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Matt Stafford right now. Seems a little shook. He's got to get out of these just wide sets. He needs to have more blocking, maybe get back to the run game, because right now Pittsburgh's just all over him.
A Wildcat play, and Fournette. Boy, yeah, and that, you saw some great wide receiver blocking on the Lamar Jackson run earlier in the half, but right there, you need your wide receiver to hold on to that block for about a second longer, because if he is, it is one man to beat. It's a big shout out to D. Croft with the host. 53 viewers watching. Appreciate it, my friend D. Croft. One of the good guys in the competitive community is they are lucky that's not a sack for Kenyon, or a safety for Kenyon Drake. He is stopped at the 1-yard line. Great forward progress as a diving play on the right side of the screen for the New York Jets. A big shout out though to D. Croft, one of the really nice guys in the competitive community, and we've hosted him before, returning the favors. Big
yeah,
shout
I
out to
actually thought we were going to be
VY.
hosting him today. I saw him go online. I thought he'd be playing a little later in the day.
Be sure to stick with us. We love to host guys after the stream, so make sure you stick with us for that one. 3rd quarter on the right side of your screen, New York Jets and Baltimore Ravens. Key 3rd down and 6 for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Empty backfield as they run out of so often. Jackson dropping back, stepping up, waiting, looking for the crosser. That's a bad throw, but Fournette makes the play at the 46-yard line. Oh, it was a bad throw. Should have been picked off, but Fournette says, I got you, Action Jackson, with a big play at the 46.
Out of all the weapons the Baltimore Ravens have in the backfield, to essentially, as right there, Pricey punts it out of bounds, as essentially an opportunity to just drive it down the field to Fournette, Hargrove, Goings, or Aguilar. You choose the halfback Fournette. Mind-boggling at this point, head-scratching, but he doesn't, he catches it. Yeah, mind-scratching.
You reach right into your earlobes and make that scratching play. As wow, look at Fournette get out of the pocket. He's still looking downfield, throws all the way across his body. And how about Arrington making the one-on-one play? Action Jackson getting bailed out by his wide receivers.
Hey, this is what happens when you allow a team like Baltimore just to hang one play down. They're just down a score right now, and now they're making all these catches that are essentially 50-50, even probably like 35-65 chances of when the ball's in the air. Lamar Jackson's making all the throws right now, and his receivers are making the catches, and they're still alive. They could tie this game up.
Big shout out to QC Player, QC with the follow. D. Croft in the chat saying what's up, what's going on. Crazy Syrup guy saying hi. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. It's NBL Live broadcast 287 here on the NBL Network. I am OSU, hanging out with the commissioner of the NBL. It is Bomber. Last NBL Live before the last chance qualifier in the Madden Bowl, heading down to San Francisco for that bad boy. So we're making this a good one. We got 2 really good games on right now. Baltimore and New York, they're in the 4th quarter, 2:44 to go. Empty backfield for Lamar Jackson, 2nd down and 10. Ball's on the 35-yard line. They need a touchdown to tie it up. Dropping back is Lamar Jackson. Big shed in the middle, and down goes Jackson. As who else but I believe that's the former Houston Texan, J.J. Watt on the interior.
And J.J. Watt, former Houston Texan, making plays here for the New York Jets. 3rd and 15 at the 41, kind of stalled out. They do still have 3 timeouts, so if they don't pick up this 1st down, they still might be okay. They just have to get inside a field goal range here with only 2:20 and the clock is moving right now.
3rd and 15, Jackson dropping back, 3-man rush from the Jets. He's going to lob it up left side, looking for another one-on-one play. Hargrove out there, and the Jets finally win a one-on-one battle. It is 4th down and 15 to go, and it looks like Baltimore's thinking about going for this one. 2:13.
Yeah, if they're
3
slightly
timeouts.
outside of field goal range with their kicker, I would go for it because you got really nothing to lose. You still have 3 timeouts. There's more to gain here. They've caught a couple jump balls, 50-50 balls already. Why not just throw one more up and see if you can get lucky? Maybe the middle of the field will get open right now, too, since you've been hitting the sideline and the seams.
4th and 15, empty backfield for Lamar Jackson. Little hot route action with 2:13 to go. Play clock, though, running down. Empty backfield. Can they get a big play to keep the drive alive? Steps up, looks at the in route, and beautiful route run by Arrington, and a better play by Lamar.
He had 2 options there. He had that in route that he hit. He also had a post route that Lunier going to. 85 speed, 87 excel at wide receiver. He was taking a little bit to get to that post, but it almost got wide open.
Yeah, score of the other game, it's 14-3. Pittsburgh still on top. They're in the 3rd quarter, but we're sticking with Baltimore and New York right now. It's Baltimore, huge conversion. And now they come out in the monster formation. Leave it to Cougs to whip out in the monster formation. Looks like they're going to hand it up. No baseline. They hand it to Fournette. He's got a lot of room up the middle. A mistake defensively, and it's a first down to the 6-yard line for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, you see everybody spread. Nobody even adjusts defensively. It's just an easy run, a cutback. You think you got J.J. Watt in the middle, but come on. It's J.J. Watt matched up against 2 or 3 guys. It's going to be tough for him. He's got to make a decision which way he's going, and Leonard Fournette chooses the opposite direction. Easy peasy first down there for the Baltimore Ravens. We might be seeing overtime in this game.
Still lots of time left to go. Minute 30 and counting. 17-10. New York on top. They're going to run a little toss play to Fournette, and there's nobody over there. That toss crack worked perfectly, and Fournette walks into the end zone. The Ravens an extra point away from tying this ball game up.
Yeah, when you saw this game, it was, 17-3 at one point. The Baltimore Ravens were just way behind. You didn't see anything offensively. A couple big plays defensively, a couple big plays offensively. Next thing you know, you say, hey, man, they're arms linked away here. They're just down a touchdown. Then they drive all the way down the field, get into the end zone. I like what I see now from the Baltimore Ravens. They got all the momentum with $1:23 left.
And they're giving it back to a New York Jets team that, while they have been really winning the majority of this game, Bomber, they have not passed the ball effectively at all. Sam Darnold has looked uncomfortable and has made some really bad reads.
Yeah, he has. Sam hasn't looked good. Lamar didn't look good until these last 2 drives. And I think the running attack, Leonard Fournette has really been the savior in that game. He's caught passes. He's made plays in the running attack. You just saw a toss to the outside for a touchdown. So I've liked what I've seen altogether for the Ravens in this 4th quarter.
Steelers and Bills still going on the left side of your screen. Keep tabs on this one. We're going to stick with this game. As Pittsburgh just hit a screen pass, and they're going to hit the end zone. Oh, a walk-in touchdown from downtown, 74 yards. They break out the monster formation, and Kuz goes, listen here, that's a little gimmick infringement. My thing is the gimmicky formations. You got to settle down, Sclam.
Yeah, that was an opportunity to try to just get them with their own medicine there. It doesn't work. So they're going to be 2nd and 10 for the Jets, and heck, the Ravens might get this ball back.
Dropping back on 2nd and 10 is Darnold. Quick throw underneath.
Wow.
Big one-on-one play made by wide receiver Baltimore. Playing aggressive, taking that timeout with a 3rd and 4 upcoming.
Yeah, that was just a dangerous pass, too, to the drag. He was probably he was in a match, so he ended up matching up with that receiver. If he would have got underneath that receiver when the ball was just maybe a yard or 2 away from him, that could have been a pick, maybe even a pick 6. So Darnold probably has that in the back of his head right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a run here.
55 seconds left in this game. It is a tie ball game. They're going to throw it. They want to pick up a first down. He had him open over the middle. Has another guy open, and Darnold misses him. Oh, you had 2 open receivers. You decided to throw to none of them, and now all of a sudden, it's a big shout-out to Arian420 now following here on Twitch. All of a sudden, Bomber, Baltimore saves a timeout. They have 2 remaining, and they're going to get the ball back with good field position, a chance to win the game with a field goal.
What a dramatic turn of events here. NBL Live broadcast 287. The Baltimore Ravens just found themselves. They're 3-0 coming into this game. The Jets are 2-1. Jets haven't played anybody, haven't beat anybody good yet. Their only loss came to a Kansas City Chiefs team by 1. So these are 2 very good teams in the AFC right now. Fringe wild card teams, history of that. But man, the Ravens have looked so good in this 4th quarter. Maybe I'm starting to see, maybe this is why this team sitting here might be undefeated heading out of week 4.
Dar's calling for a Baltimore turnover. Will it happen? 17-17. 2 timeouts for the Baltimore Ravens so they can work the interior, but can they push it down the field? They've been bailed out by a couple big one-on-one animations. Can they get more here when they need it? They're going to take a shot one-on-one. Why not go for it all to start Hargrove? Can't make the play. Good defensive play one-on-one, and that's the problem, Bomber. The Ravens have relied on a lot of drag routes, a lot of underneath routes, and then the receivers making one-on-one Moss-like plays downfield.
Yeah, just trying to hit that one-on-one. I don't know if that was the time. That could have easily been a turnover. I thought the defender had a beat on that ball. Didn't end up making a play, but that didn't look like it had a chance for Hargrove to come down with that reception. Watch Aguilar across the middle here.
He's on a little slant route over the middle. Fournette's going to be going in motion out of the backfield to the left side. 31 seconds remaining. Empty backfield now as a man blitz picked up nicely. Jackson gets out of the pocket and finds Aguilar. And he breaks the tackle out of bounds at the 49-yard line. The Jets get aggressive defensively and they pay the price.
Yeah, I like that play call. You send your halfback in motion. If it's a zone, maybe you get a good matchup, a favorable matchup against a linebacker maybe, and you get over top of him. I like the play call there for the Baltimore Ravens.
17 all Baltimore Ravens just outside of field goal range. Dropping back is Jackson. Good coverage downfield. He's going to make another one-on-one play. Looking for Hargrove. It should have been picked, and it was
he
dropped.
breaks it up.
Wow.
Hargrove comes in there at the end, tries to put his hands on it, and takes the ball out of the defender's hands. Another save. If they get into field goal range, we're going to look at those are two passes that should have been picked off on this final drive.
Second down to 10. Only 16 seconds remaining. Baltimore still has both timeouts. They've taken 3 one-on-one shots, or 2 on this drive, I guess. But looking for Hargrove down the field. Second and 10. Jackson, quick throw underneath. And Lunier Goings just met the broad side of a barn as that ball broken up. Third down and 10. 12 seconds left.
Yeah, 12 seconds left. This is the time that you probably – all you need is about 15 yards here. Really, the first down marker is probably where you need to be to legitimately get off a field goal attempt here. Let's see if they recognize that and they try to get down the field.
They have the wind in their face, though.
Oh, they do? So they probably got to get somewhere near the 30. Watch this corner route here to Lunier Goings on the left side.
12 seconds remaining. Ball's on the 49-yard line. Jackson dropping back. 4-man rush from the Jets. Down goes Jackson. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Does Baltimore take a timeout and just take a Hail Mary attempt?
I would.
Nope, they're just going to go to overtime. Extra football. They saw that Pittsburgh and Buffalo had some trouble getting connected early, and they went, we want to try to match up. We want to stay on this stream as long as we can, as we got overtime action, Bomber. The other game goes to overtime.
Yeah, I predicted the Buffalo-Pittsburgh game would go to overtime. Obviously, that game's much more of a blowout. Pittsburgh has looked really good. Looks like they're going to get their first victory in a very long time, well-deserving. And now we get to see the better matchup going to overtime, so I think the fans are going to be excited about this. The Jets sitting at 2-1, the Ravens 3-0, Week 4 action, NBL Season 38. If you want to join the NBL, go to 365.maddenbomberleague.com.
Baltimore's going to get the ball to start. Kuz does his traditional run to the back line and take that ball with a running start, and it gets him negative 4 yards if he would have just taken the touchback.
Well, he wanted to get that momentum running forward because this is Madden 13.
He wanted to quickly make sure that he's getting taken down. Baltimore outgaining the New York Jets, but tied on the scoreboard. 4-minute overtime period. Handoff to Leonard Fournette over the right side and runs right into a defender, and they're going to have to back up, I think. Nope, they got a face mask on that. They got a face mask on that tackle.
Yeah, fortunate event there for the Ravens. A little home cooking, 17-17. They move up 15 yards. The Jets got to be thinking, man, we could have put this game away long ago. A couple missed throws by Sam Darnold allowed the Ravens to kind of sneak back in, and now they got an opportunity to win this game.
A gift, 15 yards. Hand off to Fournette. Sure there's no face mask there? Are we positive? Going to gain 2 on the play.
Well, they've gotten a lot of gifts. They've thrown 50-50s and caught almost every single one. The Jets haven't came away with any, so that's just one of many the Ravens have been fortunate to have here in this game. As the Ravens were down, 17-3? Shouldn't even really be in this game. And just kind of made a big play here, made a big play there. Next thing you know, they were a score away, and they made that score at the end of the game. A little toss to the outside to Leonard Fournette for the touchdown.
Second down and 7 for the Baltimore Ravens. He's going to look underneath, because why not? And wow, a really bad user on the edge there. Oh, that should have maybe been a first down by a yard. But Sclam put on the burners and just took an awful angle to Hargrove.
Yeah, they're looking to go underneath and use their speed that way. You got to really think about hard flatting. But right now they're playing a lot of bend, don't break, because they know if they give up a touchdown, the game's over. And right now the Ravens have shown they're willing to take that shot down the field.
Hey, look, another great user by Sclam. As it's an 8-yard gain. Should have been a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, this bad user running away from the probably thinking that was some kind of play action. He just ran away from the halfback, let him kind of go by.
He went for the fake out on the fake out. That's going to be a play action. I went for the quarterback, even though he actually just handed it off to the running back. It's a bold call. Calling the play action. Little halfback wham action here. Good shed on the interior. Sclam finally doing the smart thing. Let's the computer make the tackle.
Yeah, still a fall forward for Fournette, so that's going to be a first down, 1st and 10 at the 30. I like what I've seen from the Ravens on this drive. They've been real conservative. Now they're in field goal range. This is your chance to take a shot. About the 30, 25 to 30, you can take a shot. Middle of the field, look, you got 2 high safeties there. Maybe split them. Try to get into the end zone.
Fournette in the backfield, and look at Baltimore just using all the time that they can. Hand off to Fournette. Nothing going over there. Taken down to the 30-yard line. It's going to probably take us down to the 2-minute warning here in overtime. And the Jets are going to have to start thinking about taking timeouts.
Yeah, I mean, you could just run the clock all the way down here and give you a lot less. You got 2 timeouts in your pocket right now. You hit the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10. Let's see if they can get a stop.
Motor in the chat saying if you hold them to 3, I think you get as much time as you need, right?
Thought that in the NBL. Is that a play on somebody thinking that?
Unclear. Unclear if that was real. 2nd down and 10. Hand off to Fournette. Nothing doing left side. New York will use their first timeout. Key 3rd and 10. If Baltimore's able to convert this 3rd down, they can pretty much win the game. Do you even ponder throwing the ball here if you're Baltimore?
I don't know. I trust Lamar Jackson, but not today. I just don't trust. I've seen probably out of his last 7 passes, I say 3 or 4 of them were.
I feel like it happened to me on Madden before I got time. No, I don't think so. Oh, he takes a sack at the 37-yard line. That's a big play by J.J.
Watt. Oh, baby. That changes a lot.
Can we change Motor's nickname to McNabb? Can we just call him McNabb now?
Let's see. He might even be Orlovsky, too. He might run out the back of the end zone.
The kick is up, and it has enough leg. It is good. Baltimore takes a 20-17 lead. If you'll notice, the clock's still at 1:47. No, Motor, and here's how I know it's not true. As I think Sclam tried to do his Cougs impression going back there. Here's how I know it's true. I was playing Z-Star, I don't know, a couple seasons ago. He got the ball in overtime, just ran it down my throat, took 3 knees inside the 1-yard line, kicked a field goal with 2 seconds left, and I did not get the ball. 1st down and 10. New York Jets need a field goal for a tie. A touchdown wins it, but they have no timeouts and only $1:44 to go. Throw to the right side. It is complete. It's a 1st down to the 36, and New York's going to have to hurry.
Yeah, $1:35 left in the game. No timeouts. You got to get on your high horse. Unless you're okay with this ending in a tie. Maybe you're a little slow to align here, but the Jets got quite a few yards to go. They got to get about 25, 30 to get into field goal range. And if they're trying to get a touchdown, they got to get a big chunk of change here before you get under about a minute.
1st and 10, play action pass for Sam Darnold.
He
has a man downfield. He completes it to the 36-yard line. They are in business as Darnold finally makes a completion downfield.
Hey, you knew it was going to be a crossing route at some point here to get down the field. You noticed the Ravens started using the purples, but he was in the wrong side.
A bold call coming to cover 6 in overtime. 1st and 10 for Darnold. Blitz coming left side, but it's picked up for a moment. The ball is out. It's recovered by his own offensive line, but that's a huge defensive play by Davenport.
Yeah, and it keeps the clock moving right there, man. I thought maybe the Ravens might have scooped that one up. Nope, there's the ball with the New York Jets. What a save there for that offensive lineman to come away with it. I know he gave up the sack, but he ended up coming up with the ball. The ball popped out for Sam Darnold, who has not played a good game at all so far for the New York Jets.
38 seconds and counting. No timeouts for New York. They got to start worrying about that. 3-man rush from the Baltimore Ravens. Waiting. Nobody open. There is nobody open for Sam Darnold. He just got to chuck this out of bounds. No, he's going to take some yards. It's a bold play.
Looking at the field goal.
But yeah, he's now in field goal range. And by field goal range, I mean, it's a 58-yard field goal, but it's better than a 64-yarder.
Yeah, you see the cross again, looking at the crossing routes left to right. Didn't like what he saw. Got outside of the pocket. Had nothing else. That was pretty much the read. It got open. He just didn't want to make the throw. He's just not comfortable making that tight squeeze.
By the way, Pricey's getting trounced right now. 27-3
it's
Pittsburgh.
looking bad. I mean, you take away Baker Mayfield, you take away the rookie wide receiver, and then we're just left with the thumbs of Pricey. That's
3rd
not
and
very good.
15. Darnold looks underneath, completes it down to the 34-yard line. They're going to have to get the field goal team on quickly. They're going to leave this up to the special teams to force a tie. Baltimore will take their timeout. Going to try to ice them. A kick for the game, and what will essentially be a tie unless New York makes some miraculous play.
Baltimore, yeah.
Unless Baltimore makes a miraculous play on the kickoff, which you see him go do that running start. You never know. 4th and 8, middle of the hash marks. 51-yard attempt for the tie. Ball is down. The kick is up. It is true right down the middle. 20 in overtime. 12 seconds remain.
So you get 12 seconds here to score. If you're the Baltimore Ravens, you'd think probably not a squib kick here. You just want to kick it through the end zone. 12 seconds left.
I don't touch the ball if I'm Baltimore on this kickoff. Your guys have made one-on-one wide receiver plays all day. I think I chuck it up. You have one timeout. Now they do squib it. They're going to use some of this time
off the clock.
Hey, guy. Hey, Baquette, where are you going? Well,
he didn't want to touch him. He wanted the clock to run out.
20-20 balls on the 31-yard line. 9 seconds left. You get some sort of 35-yard play. All of a sudden, you can try to kick a long field goal for the win. New York's going to back up into that 3 deep. I think this is cover.
Gotta be man.
The man 3 deep, right?
It's got to be.
They're looking double moves on the outside. Arrington on post route. Surprised at Baltimore. This is the play they don't come out 5 wide receivers. They're looking for
motion and halfback out, so there's that.
It might have a linebacker one-on-one matchup. Looks like Slam's going to be the user on that one. 1st and 10, pump fake. Waiting, looks to the post route. It's picked off by the Jets. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, fall down.
There's a
flag
flag
on
too.
the play.
It's going to be
block in the
back. He's
back.
going to push him back. Got the ball.
Fall down.
44.
Why is he returning it?
Could have fell down at the end.
61-yard field goal. They're going to go for the big gun. It's a 61-yard kick. Baltimore will ice them on the 61-yard.
Yeah, you got to fake this one, man. I don't think you can even run this one.
He's going for it. They got a little bit of wind. It's more of a crosswind than anything. Can they make a miraculous 61-yard field goal attempt?
Oh, if he makes this, I got to
the
look
right
at
hash
his
mark.
kick power.
I don't know who the kicker is, but he's from the right hash mark. No.
Oh.
No. It was a good look, but no. It's going to end in a 20-20 tie, like kissing your sister. It's 20-20. The block in the back, but just so many mistakes for the New York
You got to
Jets.
explain the kissing your sister joke. I don't understand that one.
You never heard that?
Cairo Santos is the kicker.
You've never heard that?
Oh, 95 kick power.
Tying is like kissing your sister. You get the kiss, but it's
Oh,
your sister.
okay, tying. Okay, yeah. For some reason, it just wasn't even. Obviously, a tie score is horrible. Yeah, I got it. I was thinking like actually tying something for some reason. I'm looking at all these. I'm trying to look at this guy's kick power. Completely forgot that it was in reference to the score of the game, obviously. 95 kick power for a 61-yarder. That ain't going to get it done.
Hey, well, we get to finish out this game. The gunslinger been slung.
It's over. We could probably just run it. I got food cooking downstairs.
All right, good enough for me. Hey, by the way, we'll keep this here for one play because we can talk about how the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to get their first win, not just of this season, but for the last 2 seasons. They went 0-16 last year, and they're going to come up with a dominant victory over the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, this has been a convincing win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm excited. I'm happy that Gibbs can get a dub today. I mean, he's been searching for one for a while. He's been feeling kind of low. He comes away with a very dominating win. I mean, he just looked like the better team. The last team to beat them, the Buffalo Bills, dishandedly was the New England Patriots. So he's right there in that category with dominating the Bills this season.
Well, a programming reminder, no NBO Live until probably May 1st, as I'll be in San Francisco. By the way, if you guys want to watch something cool, they just did a documentary. It's actually on right now. I'm recording it for the Madden Challenge. It's a 4-part series they're doing on ESPN2 for the Road to the Madden Bowl. It's a really great series. They've done a phenomenal job. Stick with us. We're going to raid somebody, but no NBL Live until May, but bonus coverage will be running.
Yeah, I'll have bonus coverage on here throughout the week. Maybe we'll even get Mulder coming up here in just a little bit.
But make sure you tune in. I believe that the Last Chance qualifier is going to be Sunday night from 7 to 9 Eastern on ESPN2. I'll be calling that one with RG. What we got? We'll have Building the Franchise next week, right?
Yeah, Building the Franchise every weekend. We're going to be doing Dallas Cowboys. It'll be Saturday or Sunday. It might be against the Washington Redskins once again. So make sure, if you haven't seen episode number 1 of that debut episode for season 38, make sure you go and check that out on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League.
I appreciate all the support, guys, by the way. I appreciate everybody coming out here for NBL Live 287. We're gonna raid Clef.
Yeah, let's raid him. Everybody. I don't know anybody else. Maybe your boy Savage. I've heard of that name, but
raid Clef. Make sure you let him know NBL is raiding him. Show your NBL emotes. Let them know NBL is there supporting everybody in the community. It has been a pleasure. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. I'll see you on ESPN2 and throughout the Madden Bowl on twitch.tv / I believe it's EA Madden NFL. Make sure you tune into that one. Thanks for hanging out with us. Make sure you hit that follow button so you know every time bonus coverage goes live here on the NBL Network. We're going to get out of here. We're going to raid Clef the God. One of the great guys in the competitive community, but it has been a blast. I will see you in a couple weeks. For my co-host Bomber, I'm Oshi. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to NBL Live, and we will see you next time right here on the NBL Network. Let Clef know NBL's in the building.